What's up, poker people? My name's Wes, and this is my poker vlog. Today's vlog covers a cash game session I played at Texas Card House. It's a 5-5 no limit cash game where we can buy in for whatever we want. I bought into the game for $3,000 and I told the entire table for the entire night, 10-hour session, I'm gonna straddle $100 every hour on the hour. This created a lot of action. I think you guys are gonna like this vlog. Check it out.
As I mentioned, in this episode, I'm going to be straddling $100 every hour on the hour. You can see the hour up here on the top right. It's been 1 hour and 6 minutes. We're going to keep track of my stack down here at the bottom, and we're also going to keep track of the pot here at the bottom left. In this first $100 straddle of the night, I got min raised by the button, and I have a horrible hand, but getting 3 to 1, I'm not sure what hands I can fold here. I go to the flop with 8-5 offsuit, and I just miss everything other than some backdoor draws. He c-bets, and I'm just gonna let this one go. What a great start to the evening. Moving on, there's a $10 button straddle, and I have a hand that's much more like me, 7-8 suited. I'm gonna raise it up to $30. We get 2 callers, and we go to the flop. And we flopped the joint! I flopped the nut straight. I don't have any backdoor diamonds, which is the only thing that would make this even better. And the c-bet, $50. 2 callers, going to the turn. It's the 4 of hearts. We still have the nuts. I did fully expect this turn card to actually be something bad for me, like a jack. So I was pleasantly surprised. It was a brick 4. I can continue value betting, and both players call. Rivers and ace, that's an interesting card. You never know if this is good for you or bad for you. Were they calling down light and now they're even more scared, or did they have some sort of ace-10 hand, ace-jack hand, something they were just trying to flow with? But they do call. 1 caller on the river. We have the nuts. He does not have the nuts. He mucks his cards. When I'm not straddling $100 every hour, I am still double straddling $50. I got a min raise to 100 and I have ace-5 offsuit. Again, getting odds that I'm never folding. I could actually 3-bet this hand if I wanted to, but for the small price, I decided just to call. And I flopped 2 pair on ace-5 deuce. Now you don't see me do this a lot, but I decided I was gonna lead out with this hand. I am targeting the bigger aces that he might have raised with. I wanna take control of this pot size, and I can make it as big as I think it needs to be and never check through. Let a club come. So now a deuce on the turn. He's very unlikely to have straightening cards in this spot. You know, it's always possible. I'm just gonna keep betting for value. If he has a hand like ace jack plus, he's just not folding. So I bet 200 and he calls, going to the river. It's the 3 of diamonds. I think he'd be more worried about me having a straight than I should be worried about him having a straight. But I'm gonna value bet $450 and he calls. I show 2 pair. Oh, he had ace-3 of spades. He actually rivered 2 pair and he turned a straight flush draw. I did dodge quite a few outs in this hand. Spades would have been catastrophic, as they would have been the backdoor flush that I would not have seen coming. These $100 shadows are contagious. We've got a 25, 50, 100 hand that goes raise, re-raise, all in and a call. Pocket juggalos up against ace king suited. They ran it twice. Ace on the first board. Oh, ace on the second board. Ace king is gonna scoop. Bye-bye juggalos. If you don't already know, we allow for unlimited straddles in this game. So this player is gonna straddle 50 on top of my $10 under the gun straddle. It's gonna be raised to 250 after a few people limped, and we got 3 players going to the flop for 250 each. $800 pot. Flop is 10-4-4. This probably doesn't improve anybody, you would assume, unless somebody had a hand with a 10 in it. The pre-flop raiser bets 350 and he gets heads up going to the turn. The turn is the 6 of hearts. It seems unlikely that this card would improve anybody. The pre-flop raiser bets $1,000. Oh, he puts them all in for $2,000. It's back over to the pre-flop raiser. Oh, and he folds! He bet half his stack and folded to a raise. Moving on, we've got another $100 button straddle. It's a 2-hour mark. I put 100 on the button. We got a raise to 300 and I've got 9-4 offsuit. This straddle idea is going great so far. It has actually created some action, or at least we've had a lot of action. We're gonna watch this hand develop. There was a raise pre-flop. Monotone board, queen 10-5. Oh, he flopped a set. Yeah, that's definitely not a board you want to slow play a set with. I've got the $25 button straddle on. This guy's gonna straddle to 150 pre-flop. I'm just gonna let you guys watch this hand develop. They get it all in pre-flop.
You have a big hand, buddy? You have a big hand?
I've got jack high.
Jack high?
You call me with a jack high?
That's great right now, dude. Jack high?
You call me with a jack high?
No, it's not good. Hold on. What do you want to do from here? I'm the best hand right now.
How do you know?
Well, I have a pair.
Eh?
Okay, you have a better pair? So what would you like to do? We go twice or we go once? I don't give a fuck.
Twice.
Go twice. I have one pair. That's true story. I have one pair. One pair. Two pair. One pair.
Flush, jack
Win one. Run.
force.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a wow. You got it all in pre-flop with 8-4 offsuit and somehow didn't lose your entire stack. And right after that hand, I added on 2K.
I went all in on 8-4, not even looking.
Well, I'm gonna look at my cards in this hand. I have King Jack offsuit. I decided to fold to a raise. King Jack offsuit, one of those hands I'm trying to cut out from playing too often. We got a raise and a call pre-flop in this hand. Pot's 530, flop is 9-6-5 with 2 spades. No looky is gonna jam. Looks like about $2,000. Gets a fold.
That's a nut.
He flopped a straight and just ripped it all in. This hand goes $25 straddle, call, raise, re-raise, re-re-raise. It's back over to no looky. He's got to call 600 to see a flop. He just puts them all in right away. That's 1,000 to put them all in. Yeah, he calls it off.
All in.
Hold on. You want to go once or twice? I got the nuts.
Let's go once then. I can't be.
Once? What do you? Hold on. What do you have? A set? You have a pair.
Yeah, I have a pair.
Okay. Well. Okay. Fuck it. Run
I
one.
can't be.
Oh, he flopped a straight again. Now, I will tell you, in between these all-in hands, he is losing hands. It just seems that every time he gets all in, he just gets there.
It was making 200 though, so somebody's good.
So if someone gets hurt a little bit.
Yeah. There's no sense in just winning a little bit. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to mean to fuck the game. I was just.
No, it's great.
I like
Cheers,
the
the most
fucking-
American
I like the
thing you've
fucking-
done today.
I like to fucking gamble, dude. I'm not worried about this money. If I lose it, I lose it. But I'd like to win 10,000. I think I can. I do. I'm gonna get it in bad and get lucky on somebody, I think.
Again?
Yes.
No.
3 times. Give me 3 times. Put me on
I think you
the.
met your quota.
No look, he's got the $200 straddle on in this hand. The button costs 200. It's his option. He's gonna raise it up, and he gets put all in. He snap calls. Flop is ace-7-9. He flopped a set of sevens.
Good for the game.
It's a good run out for his hand, and he's gonna double up yet again.
I'm not playing great. I'm just getting lucky, buddy.
That's for sure. It's hour number 3. Time for my $100 straddle under the gun. Got a raise to 425. I look down a 4-6 offsuit. I fold. They get it all in. A pair and a straight draw up against 2 pair. They run it twice and they're gonna chop with the ace on the river. This is some fast and furious tournament style poker we're seeing. Yet another $100 straddle. This game is popping. It's gonna be a raise to 325. See a caller, and I look down at Queen 10 suited. I want to get in on this action, and I've had nothing to call so far. This hand's not great, but if this guy's going to be going all in on every flop, although he has had the nuts quite a few times. I want to get in on some of this action. So I decided to call. We're gonna go 4 ways to the flop. This pot is already $1,300 pre-flop. The flop is 5-3-3 with 2 hearts. I flop a flush draw. It is a paired board, but nobody should have a 3. You are worried about somebody turning a set would have you drawing dead. But for $500 in this pot, I'm gonna see a turn card. It's a diamond, son of. I'm gonna go ahead and check this card. Maybe we can get lucky and this can check around. He tanks for a long time before deciding to go all in for $1,800. The pre-flop raiser folds, and now it's over to the button, who also tanks for a long time, and he goes all in for $1,500. I thought I was folding this hand, but both players tanked for like a minute to 2 minutes before they made their actions. They didn't seem very confident about their hands. Now I've got to make a decision. What do I do with a flush draw in this spot? Am I getting the right odds?
Are you praying before you go?
I should.
You're like praying. I'm like,
Oh, I'm doing some math here.
oh, so,
I don't have a hand yet.
there you go.
No.
All right, we'll call.
I flopped a pair.
Oh, well. Am I the best?
You guys, there's no play in the hand?
Okay.
No, you just discuss the hand play.
Feel good.
So it's 18 is the big stack?
1830.
All right, hold it there.
Alright, 15.
I always rip it.
Do you have a big overpair?
I'm gonna make the pot right. 1505.
I always rip
Do
it.
you have a 3?
1505.
Oh, well, I have 2 pair. I think it may be the best hand. Y'all have draws?
I always rip it.
I don't, hold on.
1505.
Well, hold on, but that's fine. So, is 2 pair the best hand or not?
Doesn't matter.
Side
I
pot.
guess I have no, well, hold on, wait.
No, we don't have insurance or anything.
Oh, so we're, okay, then we're only going 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 pair, well, fuck it. You got to be fucking. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? You called with that fucking shit hand and got that lucky?
You talked him into it.
Wow, dude. Unfucking believable.
Talked him into
Dude, this is the fucking donk of the donk, dude. That's unfucking believable. Unbelievable. $10,000 fucking dollar hand, he calls with fucking nothing. Wow, good fucking call. You're fucking awesome.
Chill out, guys. Nice hand. Nice hand, Wes.
Nice hand, dude. I probably shouldn't talk shit. I'm sorry. I'm just pissed off about it. I have the best fucking hand, obviously. I fucking make a great fucking play. You're fucking unlucky. Wow. Unfucking believable. Not directed at you, but just,
No,
I mean,
that's fine, Blake.
I mean, bro, what
I don't
the
take it
fuck,
personally.
dude? There's, you should not call that.
Yeah, when you deal
That's the fucking worst play of the night. You got lucky. A paired board and fucking, wow. That's the fucking best hand. I got a fucking overpair. A fucking I got a great fucking play for $10,000. And you're unlucky as fuck. What happened to my, I thought I had some money back.
No, I cover both of y'all.
Yeah, he covered.
Different
He
style.
was a little thing. Oh, he got 1,500. I'm out of money. Never mind. I can't get no one fucking ATM. What a fucking hand, dude.
Yeah, he's doing that. Yeah. Jason.
Seat open. Although I don't normally do a lot of hardcore poker analysis on this vlog, at the end of the video, I am going to explain what math I was doing in this hand, what conclusion I came to, and whether it was right or wrong. And I'll show you how to do this math live in the middle of a hand at the end of the vlog. $100 straddle number 4. It goes call, raise to 400. I call 400 with ace-3 of clubs, and then we have a small all-in and a check down pot. You're not going to be able to tell from this hand, but this is actually not the same player on my left that was playing there before. You wouldn't know it though. In between my $100 button straddles, I still do the $25 button straddles. I put the 25 on, get a couple limpers. I look down at 2 black 9s, the Hellmuth. I'm gonna make it more. Let's charge these guys for trying to limp in with their hands. So make it 175. This gives me a chance to c-bet this flop no matter what it is. People might fold even if there's some overcards that they missed. But we're going 5 ways to the flop with pocket nines. Oh, there's a 9! 9-4-3 with 2 hearts. I'm gonna bet kind of medium to smallish in this spot, even though there are 2 hearts. Oh, this guy just leads right into me for a quarter pot. Now I'm kind of forced to make a raise here because I can't let everybody call that amount. This is gonna kind of show my hand. Oh my God, so I do raise. This really narrows my range to over pairs, of course, instead of 9s and big flush draws. I'm not gonna get a lot of action, and I may not even get any action from this guy. And he does fold. Thanks a lot, guy, for ruining my action. One of the things I realized when watching back the footage from this session is I might be straddling too often. But not this time. It's gonna be just fine as I've got queens. There was a raise to 75. I'm gonna 3-bet to 325. We've got a cold call. Another cold call, and the razor calls as well. 4 to the flop. It's a jack high flop. Seems just fine for my queens. Sure, somebody could have jacks, but we're hoping somebody has ace jack. Make them pay the maximum price. Checks to me. I'm gonna c-bet. I make it $700, a big chunky bet. We get a call. We're going heads up to the turn. The turn's a king. That's an overcard. I'm not very happy about that. I decide I'm gonna check. He only bets $600. For that price, I think I have to see a river card. I'm gonna go ahead and call this 600. The river's a 10. I'm not really sure what that does. I check it over, and he rips it all in for $3,000. Now, for those of you that are true fans, this is actually the hit and run guy from episode 18. I banned him from my game back then, but I've let him come back in a year later, and this is the hand we play. Now, this guy plays pretty crazy, and I was actually very surprised on the turn that he bet $600 instead of just ripping it in. His normal method of playing is call 1 bet, and once somebody checks to him, he just goes all in. So I didn't know what to make of that, and I'm not sure what to make of it now. I just don't want to fold, and this guy shows 6-7. I thought about this for a long time, and in the end, I've seen him do such crazy stuff that I decided I had to call. King 6 suited! I do know that he loves to play those big little hands, and he just happened to pop 2 pair on the turn on me. Very frustrating. I still don't know if I'm supposed to fold or call, but that one hurts. This hand, I actually fold pre-flop. We're gonna see hand between the person on my left going up against runner who puts them all in pre-flop. He decides to call, go all in. Got an ace jack 5, turn 7, river 7, runner shows 6s. The all-in player shows pocket jacks, flopped a set that he didn't need. He's gonna double up thanks to runner calling it all off with pocket 6s. $100 button straddle. Limp, limp, raise to 300, and I've got ace 4 suited. Definitely gonna call this one. Good 3-bet, but I decided I'm just gonna call, see a flop. And of course, we're gonna go 4 ways to the flop. And the flop is queen 10-9. Button straddle of $10. I look down at ace 5 suited. Decide I'm just gonna call. We got a raise from the big blind. Call, a call, a call, and I call. 5 ways to the flop with ace 5 suited. Flop is jack 4 deuce. I actually flop a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. We check it over. The pre-flop razor checks. I just thought I'm gonna peel one time. Maybe I can turn a club. No, it's a 10 of diamonds. Didn't hit my gut shot, didn't turn a flush draw. We check it over. This guy bet the flop, but he's gonna check the turn. And the river's the king of clubs. I decided I'm gonna take a little bet here. Maybe I can get these guys to fold something like pocket sevens or eights. Maybe they missed some sort of draw. There was a flush draw that picked up on the turn. I could check down and my ace high might win, but just in case, I put this bet in here. Ah, he calls. I show and he's got ace jack. He had top pair on the flop, decided to not bet the turn, and he had the best hand on the river. I'm gonna sit this hand out, but we're gonna watch runner and the player on my left go back at each other again. On a jack 10-7 flop, they're just gonna get it all in for heaps here. It's a $2,200 shove. Board runs out. Runner shows 3-4 of spades. He had a 4 high flush draw.
How many 100 go? Just 22. 22.
Pocket queen's gonna pick up a huge pot here.
But man, I got change. Hey, that was damn good hand.
We're in the 5th hour of this session. You can see in this hand, I'm feeling a little bit spicy. Maybe I've been folding too much. There's a $25 button straddle and a call. I decided to raise it up to $100 with ace-4 offsuit. I get heads up against runner. I'll be out of position again. Flop is ace-ace-king. That's a pretty good flop for ace-4 offsuit. I decided I was gonna check this flop. I don't really think I'm gonna try to get 3 streets of value with a kicker this bad. So I decided I could check this flop for a little bit of deception and pot control. Runner's gonna bet 300. I'm definitely gonna call. No reason to check raise. The turn's a jack, and this is where you kind of get a little concerned. If he has ace jack, he can just value bet me to death. He doesn't bet the turn, so I guess my ace is the best hand. Bet $600.
There it is.
He announces raise, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to call. Oh, I call. He shows king 7, and we take down an almost $5,000 pot. We got a $25 button straddle, a raise to 75. Pocket aces! I've got pocket aces. I'm going to re-raise this. I make it $225. I haven't had a lot of big hands in this session, so let's make this one count. Act normal. Act normal. And he's gonna call. I double check my cards just like I do every time before the flop. The flop is ace queen 9, top set. All right. This is the kind of board though where it's hard for him to have a whole lot unless he's got pocket queens. You can always have a flush draw and like king queen. Just gonna make a bet of 225. I wouldn't be shocked if he folded, but I do want to bet these boards. I prefer to just bet even when I have a set. People are expecting me to bet a board like this, so I tend to bet it even when I have it. He does make the call. And that's a pretty good brick turn. Now Jack 10 does get there, but this is way better than a club. Checks to me. We can continue to go for value. This is a 3-street hand. I bet 575. There's no reason to go pot or go too large in this spot. We have a lot of the board locked up. He's on a draw. He's gonna call. He has an ace somehow, the last ace in the deck, he's gonna call. River's a deuce, complete brick. We have basically the absolute nuts. Again, Jack 10 is a straight, but he checks to us. Now, I don't think I can go with a polarizing size necessarily. You could do that arguing the GTO logic, but I don't think he can have very many strong hands in this spot. So I'd rather make a more exploitative sizing to target king queen, and if he does have that remaining ace. He calls top set. Gonna take down this pot. And he does show he had the other ace. Wow. And look at me, cool as a cucumber. Look what time it is. Hour number 6 of the session. $100 straddle on the button. Limp. We got a small all in. I'll raise to 500. Let's get a good one. 9-5. I'm the only gun straddle in this hand. We got a limp from runner, a raise to 50. I've got 9 deuce, and I'm gonna fold. It's back over to runner, who's going to back raise. He's gonna back raise to 285. So now the raiser's got a decision to make. Oh, full screen mode. All right, he decides to call. We're going to a flop in a back raise pot. The flop is ace 4-3, all diamonds.
All in and a call.
Runner shoves all in for over $4,000 with deuce 3 offsuit with 1 diamond. He's called by queen 7 of diamonds, a $9,000 pot just like that. Flush over bottom pair, what a cooler. What just happened? We're in the 7th hour. There's a $25 button straddle. I'm gonna play 6-4 suited. I'm in the small blind. Gonna be out of position. Big blind makes this $75. 2 callers and I'm gonna call. We're going to a flop. I flop a pair and a gut shot. It's the bottom end of a gut shot. Also got a backdoor flush draw. Pre-flop raiser checks. We got a bet and a call. All right, let's see a turn card. Raiser's out of there. I turn the straight. Now it is the bottom end, so I have to be a little bit careful. I decided in this spot, I'm gonna go ahead and lead out. I'm gonna take over the betting. This allows me to choose the size that the pot's gonna be, and it might give me a little bit more information if, for example, it went call, raise. So I bet 340. Get a call and a fold. Now we're heads up. Ah, the river's a 4. There's a straight on the board. Well, I guess I still have an 8 high straight, at least. And now we do want to go with a little bit bigger sizing. Hoping to get this guy to fold a chop. Gonna bet $1,100. He calls, chop it up. He's got 8-9 of spades? He didn't raise the flop, turn, or river. What a nit! It's time for $100 straddle number 7 as we go into the 7th hour. I get a walk on that one, so I decided to roll it over to the next hand. We see a raise to 275. Folds around to me, and I've got 7-5 offsuit, but it's only 175 more, so I call. We're gonna need to hit a flop. And the flop is ace queen 9. I dedicate this hand to all my superstitious friends. We got a raise to $80. I look down at pocket eights. It's $80. I call. Oh, we've got an all in, but it's for $800. Clearly that's a sign. I call. He had jack 9 suited and I win with pocket eights. It's the 8th $100 straddle of the night. 8 hours into the session. Put 100 on the button. Get a raise to 300. A call of 300. And I look down at 6-5 offsuit, but I'm getting what people say is pot odds. So I guess I'm supposed to call. And I flopped the f***ing straight. I have the absolute nuts on a 4-3 deuce board. Finally, after all this straddling and all this loose calling, I flopped the nuts and I can build a huge pot starting on this flop. I bet $600 on the flop. There was $900 in the pot. Get one fold. No! Are you kidding me? $25 straddle under the gun. We got a raise to 80. I get out of the way and there's a re-raise to $300. They're gonna go to the flop. Heads up. Flop is 10-9-3 with 2 spades. The raiser's gonna see bet. Oh, he's getting action. Turns the king of clubs. Does he want to bet again? No, he checks. The other player bets and he calls. River's a 6. He shoves all in for $1,200 and gets snap called. King 10 for 2 pair against 8-9 of spades, pair and a flush draw. I don't know why he decided to turn his 9 into a bluff on that river. Really seems like a check fold spot to me. Please subscribe and hit that bell so you get notifications when new vlogs come out. Thank you. All right, there's a $25 button straddle and a call, and I look down at ace queen. Gonna bump it, make it $100 to go. The button calls $100. Round to the small blind, they call as well. $300 going to the flop. And I flop an ace on an ace 5 deuce board. It's check to me. Gonna see a bet. Don't have to make it very big. Gonna make it 165. Definitely want to target all the other aces. There's a few draws that could be out there. Some pocket pairs that might call. The button raises us to 425. Of all the hands that we're gonna have in this spot, this is a pretty good one. We want to call. We're probably gonna check most turn cards over to him. The turn is a jack, so that makes one more ace hand that we can't beat now. If he did have a hand like ace 5, ace deuce, or ace jack. Could also have other hands. Could have spades. Could have flopped some sets. But our hand is just so strong at this point. Ace queen. Pair of aces with a queen kicker. He bets 700. I decide to call. Let's see a river. The river's a 5 of clubs. This card is much better than it appears. First of all, it's not a spade. Second of all, if he had ace deuce, we just sucked out on him. But if he does have ace 5, or let's say he did flop a set, he now has a full house, and he can easily value bet us. I do think my hand is strong enough that I'm gonna check call most bets, as you see that I do. And he shows 4-3, he flopped the wheel. Nice hand, nice hand. Wasn't what I was expecting, but I was concerned the whole time that I could have been behind. $100 straddle number 9, let's go. We got a raise and we have 3-7. We're now shorthanded towards the end of the night. We got a $25 raise. This guy decides to re-raise to 50. Got 5-7 suited. I want to see a flop for 50. Flop is 5-5-3. Guy bets 50 and I'm just gonna call for now. But when he bets 50 again on the turn, it's time for me to start building a pot. I just min raising to 100 so that I can bomb this river. I make it 300 and he snap calls. He had aces. Good re-raise, buddy. Guys, when you have aces pre-flop, don't get cute. Just make a 3x, 4x raise. A lot of this can be avoided. I put the $25 straddle on the button. You see 2 raises. I've got a pocket 5s on the button. Maybe I can flop a set and win a big pot. Let's go set mining. 3 ways to the flop. The flop is ace, 8, 7. I don't flop a set, but for some reason I call this bet. 3 ways to the turn. Checks through, river's an 8. Still no set. We got a bet of $230. For some reason, looks like I'm not folding. I make the call. He shows Jack 10 high. I knew it all along. It's my big blind. Got to raise to 25. A re-raise to 100. I've got Queen Jack suited. I decide to call. There haven't been a lot of 4-bets in this game, which is why you'll see me cold calling so often with these very playable hands. $300 in the pot, 3 ways to the flop. 8, 5, deuce, all red. I'm done with this hand, but these guys are not. On the 8 of spades turn, pre-flop raiser is gonna bet 300 and he gets check raised to 1,075. He calls and we're going to a river. It's an ace. Check raiser bets $1,500. Now it's over to the pre-flop raiser to decide what to do. He makes the call. The other guy says, good call. I got queen high. And he shows pocket kings. Wow, what a call. Surprisingly, I'm not in the blinds or a straddle during this hand. There is a $25 button straddle. I look down at 8, 7 of diamonds. I'm gonna make it 75 to go. Heads up, 8 high flop. I decided just to check call and I turn a flush draw. Gonna check call 200 on the turn and I backdoor a flush. I don't think this guy is gonna see it coming. He bets 500 on the river. I make it 1,400. I'm not really sure what kind of hand this guy can have to call me, but I had to make a raise. He does call. He said he had a pretty big hand. I guess he rivered a straight. Oh man, backdoor is the best. Second to last hand of the vlog. Make sure you stick around to see my explanation about the math concepts used in the hand previously. But in this hand, no math's being done. Got a raise in the small blind. I'm gonna 3-bet from the big blind of ace jack suited. Button calls, and we've got a 4-bet. I decided to go ahead and call. It's 8:25, but we're all pretty deep. We're also all pretty late in the night. It's 4-4-3, 1 club, so I've got 2 overs, a backdoor flush draw. I decided before this guy bet, I was gonna call 1 time and see if I could improve on the turn. So I'm calling 1,000. The turn is the queen of clubs. This gives me a flush draw. Probably gonna have to call another bet, but he checks. I do have a flush draw, but I can also probably get something like a red ace king to fold if I bet here. I bet $2,300. He tanked for a long time. I was really hoping he would just fold and I could take this pot down and not have to see the river. But he calls. The river's the 3rd 4. When he checks here, I'm just gonna have to rip it in, represent some sort of big hand, and get him to fold. That's the only way I'm gonna win. He's all in. 10th $100 straddle of the session. I'm on the button. We got a raise to 225. 5-7 offsuit, pot odds and stuff. I make the call. Let's see the flop. Flop is King 10-6. Okay, here's your poker lesson for today. How to know if you're getting the correct equity to call based on the pot odds. So let's say the pot is $100 and your opponent bets $100. The pot is now $200 and you have to call $100. We call this getting 2-to-1 odds. If you do call, your $100 is going to go into the middle and create a pot of $300. Every time you win, they're going to give you those $300. And every time you lose, those $300 are going to go away and go into someone else's stack. The way to calculate how much equity you need to make this call is to take the amount you have to call divided by the amount they're going to give you back. This will give you the break-even equity you need to make the call, which in this scenario is 33%. It gets way more complicated when the numbers aren't that easy and round, as was the case in the hand where I had Queen 10, which is why I was sitting there trying to do some math, which I'm not very good at. The first step is to keep track of the pot, which I was doing. I then added the 2 all-ins to the pot size, and it's $6,600. I have to call $1,800, and this makes a total pot of $8,400. Now, I'm not very good at doing this math, so I tried to create a shortcut, which is what I was doing live. I just rounded up and down to the nearest 1,000, so that became 8,000 divided by 2,000. You know 2 goes into 8 4 times, so that equals 25%. If I have to hit a flush to win the hand, my equity is about 20%. I did think my overs were good, but I did the math based on if I have to hit a heart, can I call? Knowing that I rounded the pot down and the all-in amount up, coming to 25%, I did assume that it would be closer to 20% if I did the real numbers. So I actually did the real math when I got home that night, and it showed that I needed 21% equity to win the hand. And we do know, based on the results, that my overs were good. I had much more equity than I needed to call.
Wow, dude. Unfucking believable. Dude, this is the fucking donk of the donk, dude.
Thank you for watching this vlog. Please like and subscribe or YouTube punishes me.